guys, I am Pixel Dan, and today we are going to be checking out the Masters of the Universe Origins Whiplash, one of our classic characters from the original line, finally coming into Origins. So of course he does come on that same style blister card packaging. Worth noting, once again, I have the trilingual packaging because that's what Big Bad Toy Store got for some reason. If you find it in retail stores here in the US, you likely won't have this, which also means your mini comic will have words. Lucky you. Also, the 40th anniversary logo is up here in the corner, and if we rotate this around to the backside, we've got some gorgeous artwork up at the top of Whiplash, doing battle with Fisto, with Battle Armor He-Man charging in to help him out. And then down below that, we've got a cross-cell, along with our action feature callout, which isn't really much of anything. It just, he holds a weapon and he has a tail. So there's that. So why don't we go ahead and get this guy opened up, and we'll get a closer look at him. Alright, we got our Whiplash outside of the packaging, and let me bring in the tape measure to see that he actually makes it almost to a full 6 inches tall. He does seem a little bit bigger. He's got like a taller head and this mohawk frill thing going down his lizard-like head there. But they are still in the 5.5 style, like all the Origins figures, to match up with the vintage toy line, with the added articulation allowing them to stand up a little bit taller than those vintage squatted figures had. This is a really great recreation of the vintage figure, I think. And he was definitely bound to happen since he's got so much part sharing going on. His body is essentially Buzz-Off's body, just with a different paint deco, but he's got the added difference of the tail piece. And the tail piece is definitely something worth talking about with this figure. On the vintage toy line, his entire tail piece that attached to his back down to the tail was made of a soft, rubbery, like hollowed out type material there. So it was very flexible, very bendy, kind of whipped around. And the reason that that was made that way was because all of the figures in the vintage line had the twist waist power punch feature. But with Whiplash, it allowed him to whip that rubbery tail around so he can knock over his foes. Now, since these guys don't have the action features, Mattel this time opted to articulate the tail, and I think that was the right choice. However, one of the things that I was really surprised to see is that they really sculpted this out very nicely, and it's no longer like this hollowed rubbery plastic. Like, this is actually fully sculpted material here. It's like 3D all the way through. It's not hollowed out, it's not flat, it's not rubbery. So it's a really nice consistency, nice substance. You can see it just swivels right there where it attaches kind of to his back. I thought maybe because it's a little pliable, so at first I was wondering if they put like a bendy wire in there, but that does not seem to be the case. Still, it definitely feels a lot more sturdy. There's a lot more weight to it than the vintage one, which is interesting because as I've already taken a look at Rattler for this line, the Rattler figure, they opted to do it just like the vintage figure. So it's interesting to me that with Whiplash, they opted to go this route instead. I love the head sculpt on this guy. It looks a lot like the vintage one. Totally evokes it there. He's got those weird sharp teeth there, the red eyes, the big bushy eyebrows. Has that very cool vintage feel to it. And otherwise, really nice looking. Of course, it's just a solid green torso, but that's how the vintage one was. And those bright lime green arms and legs. But all around, it looks really nice. It looks clean, bright, vibrant. I like it quite a bit. Articulation, of course, also functions just like that of the vintage there. The head is also on a ball joint where the head is removable. The arms can go outwards, forwards, backwards, swivel at the elbow, bend at the elbow, swivel at the wrist, hinge at the wrist. Of course, you can also pop the arms out of socket still. You can pop the wrists out of socket as well. So lots of mixing and matching. Swivel at the waist, where you can also detach here at the waist. Boom. Just like that. It is worth mentioning that tail piece, it doesn't appear like it's meant to be removed. You can see I cannot pop that off easily. So once that's on the torso, that is on. Legs go outwards, forwards, backwards, swivel at the knee, bend at the knee, swivel at the boot cut, and then you got those big old monster feet there, so they can go up and down as well as rock side to side. Nice, sturdy articulation on this guy, exactly what you would expect. With the only thing worth mentioning is that tail, since it's long and it's kind of made of that harder material, if you don't slightly bend the knees, it might kind of get in the way of posing him, but it's not so bad. I don't have too many problems with it. Like I said, just bend the knees just a little bit there, and he stands just fine. It actually kind of helps keep him balanced, too, which is pretty cool. As far as accessories go, just like the vintage figure, he only comes with the bright orangish red version of that spear, which is well known from the Castle Grayskull weapons rack there. So it matches up with the vintage figure. He's got one open hand and one gripping hand, so the gripping hand will hold on to that quite nicely. All right, guys, it's comparison time. So here he is standing alongside his vintage action figure counterpart. Very similar looking in overall design, though like most of the Origins figures, this new version of Whiplash is quite a bit brighter than the vintage one. And the differences in the tail there you can kind of see as well. So pretty nice recreation for Origins. And there you go, my friends. There is a look at Whiplash, another one of Skeletor's classic evil warriors. Glad to get this guy added to the collection. Like I said, he was a no-brainer since, we've got most of these parts already. I do like the way that they handled the tail on this guy. I think it's pretty cool. So all in all, if you're a Whiplash fan, I think you're going to be very happy with this one. Super fun figure. So this was part of a wave that has already come and probably gone at this point at retail, but I did order mine through BigBadToyStore.com, so definitely worth checking there if you're still looking for them. Thank you guys so very much for watching this video, and until next time.